Hey everybody, so last video we got the rooftop tent on the rack and mounted. Now I wanted to walk through the setup. Again, super easy. I've done it once already. A couple things I was going to point out that I learned as I went through it for my first time that the instructions didn't really address. The instructions are really basic from 23Zero. So far that's my only, I wouldn't even call it a complaint, but recommendation is just a few extra details there in the setup instructions I think might be beneficial to newbies like myself. If you're an old hat at rooftop tents, I am sure the questions I had or ran into are not even a concern. But again, you know, this is kind of from the newbie perspective. So we've got it on the trailer. I'm gonna go ahead and get it set up and walk you through a couple of the details, and then I'll show you the inside once we do it. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off the travel straps, and I'm actually gonna remove the cover. Not necessary. I'll show you can actually leave the cover hanging, but because we'll have the Annex, and the Annex has a pass-through zipper on the back wall that you can get into the trailer or have things set on the shelf of the inside of the trailer as well. I'm gonna take the cover off for this particular instance, but not necessarily. You can always leave it hanging. So travel straps, cover, do it. It is helpful if you fold up the corners of the cover as you are zipping it on or zipping it off. So again, this is how you can leave the cover hanging if you wanted to during your regular use of the tent. It does just have the slide in like we talked about in the initial setup video or the initial mounting video, but I'm gonna go ahead and slide it out. So the next thing we've got to do is there's two straps here, two straps on the other side that allow us to open up the tent. Side straps, specifically this one, is really what you can use to help get your tent smashed down. You don't want to over crank down on that. If you're having to do that too much, you need to readjust what's going on with the tent or a pole or something like that inside the tent to make sure that you can get that comfortably, easily strapped down. But you can use it to kind of squeeze some air out of it. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to unclip the ladder from the top, extend it out a couple clicks so that we can grab a hold of it, and we'll use it as a lever to open up the tent all the way down. Now, very important, always extend the ladder from the bottom down. So the way you can do it is by actually just kind of grabbing the links ahead and allowing it to click itself down. And that's the way you ensure that they all stay locked. And then you'll notice, and the instructions 23Zero is really clear on this, you don't want the ladder too extended out or too directly underneath it. It's that 30 to 40 degree angle that creates a really good support for the tent. So the next thing I do is I just try and kind of go around. I pull down my corners. Now what you'll do is you'll swing open the overhang. So once you swing that open, you extend it out. I'll get the camera over here in a second to show you. So what I did there is I opened up the handle, the quick release handle on each side, slid the bar out to extend the overhang of the Annex area, and then locked those handles again. And then while we're here, what we do is we get our snow pole. So the snow pole you just kind of toss in the tent as you're wrapping up. And what the snow pole does is connects into a slot right here. So what the snow pole does is connects through to this side right here, snaps into the bar, travels down. You extend it out by releasing this handle here, and then once extended out, you can lock it down and you're good. While I was in the tent, I wanted to show you what it's like when everything's closed up. It is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon at my house. There you can see the one patch of light. Actually, there's 2 patches of light because there's 2 vents. But this is how dark it is. I'm not in direct sun where I'm at right now on my side of the house, but there is a lot of light for sure, and you can see it is pitch black inside this tent. So the light suppression technology certainly works. That's a little corner vent right there, corner vent right there, top vent right there, and top vent right there are really the only little spots that light is coming in. All right, so now that we've got it opened up, the next thing to do are the window rods. So, as I showed you in the kind of unboxing video, comes with a whole pack of window rods. What I will say is that I did have to kind of clean my window rod slots out a little bit on this one. Just quick little drill bit, just kind of clean them out. And the other thing to notice is that they do go in at an angle. So if you're trying to pull them out straight or push them in straight, you're going to struggle. So best thing to do is just kind of hook them through. There is a little port in the cover there. You kind of flex the bar and it seats itself in there, and then it'll hold your window up that way. So let's do the rest. There's a window on the side, window on the other side, and a window on the back. Now the other thing to note is that the back, when you don't have the rain fly on, you can use the window rods to hold up the window eave. But if you do have the tent, the rain fly on, you'll use the window rods to do the rain fly. I have the rain fly on, so that's what I'll be attaching. The other note I'll tell you that gave me a little bit of trouble when I first started setting this up was to prop up the windows, you do need proper tension on the rain fly. So at the corners and at the top, there are some tension straps that you'll want to make sure that you do have kind of adjusted to create some tension on the rain fly. Then all of the window rods will have the proper tension coming back from the rain fly. So to be honest, that's it. Now, I have an Annex. I'm going to go ahead and set that up next. But if you don't have an Annex, or you might not be using the Annex, that's the extent of it. Let's set up the Annex. So, I won't lie, the Annex bag that 23Zero gave me, I'm not sure how they thought the Annex was going to fit into it. It's very small, but it will be a great bag for me to use somewhere else. So, I've got it in a crate. And the way I've done it is I've zipped the Annex to the floor already when you receive it. The two are separate. I've zipped the two together, and I folded it up in a way that the inside of the Annex is all on the inside, leaving the outside, which would be the muddy part, things like that, on the outside. So when we lay it down, it's ready to lay down on the ground and then zip up. So just like the cover, the Annex has a rope groove here that will slide it in, and then we'll be able to zip it on. So you do have to raise the floor of the tent up to access that rope groove to be able to slide it in. So I'm gonna do that first, lay it out, zip it up, and then I'll show you what that looks like. The window rod does get in the way of zipping in the Annex. Boom. So pretty easy to set up. Definitely the toughest part, I will say, is the Annex, and it's not tough. Goes on pretty quick and easy. Let's go take a look. All right, so let's go in and take a look. First thing I'll say is I think the material on the tent is great. Everything about all of the materials, everything, the zippers, the Velcro, everything is built really, really well. So again, after you've zipped up your Annex, your ladder is still here hanging. I will say that I've seen a lot of questions to 23Zero. I asked the question myself, which, by the way, pretty big room in here. And I'll tell you, my fence that is right here on the other side of this is a limiting factor. This could definitely be bigger, and our first trip out, we'll definitely experience that. Again, 23Zero and all rooftop tent makers, for the most part, have all answered the same question, which is, can I, take my ladder up when I'm not in my tent? And they all recommend needing this ladder to create the support. So we'll want to re-extend the ladder, and again, remember that you always do it from the bottom down. And then everything gets locked that way. Make sure that everything's sturdy there. And then let's climb on up. And you can see the inside of the tent. I've got it. All the side windows are open. I still have the rain fly on, so the two moonroof windows are currently closed. I'll do a video of that later when we've got that open. But California king size bed, 3-inch thick rebound memory foam mattress, which is super comfortable. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Simple, easy. Again, great quality materials. All of the front flap, the back flaps have weights on the window flaps. They all seal really good. The zippers are really nice. It's just built really well. Good strong PVC floor for the floor here. You could be in pouring rain, I am sure, and no water is getting through here. Remember, I mentioned the Annex having a pass-through zipper here, so out to the trailer. If we need to get something out of the trailer, we've got access to it right there. So 23Zero, thumbs up, great job. Very happy with the 23 Walkabout 72.